What's up? Game is here, and I am joined by another
Hi, this is Aaron Spelker. I'm from Mobile Accessible Games.
about three different subjects, and you won't know unless you just listen. Uh, Aaron's going to give his opinion, then I'm going to give my opinion. And if you want to hear our discussion, you're going to have to swing by Game Double Tap. Started. Are you ready, Aaron?
Ready?
All right, I'm ready too. All right, round one. All right, for round one. The question is, what weapons do you like in Conjury? And Aaron's going to go first.
Okay, so as you play this game, as you know, you don't quite know what card you're going to get. But what I try to do is get any weapon card that grows in damage. So that there's some that, every time you take damage, then your weapon does more damage, or if you draw a card, it does more damage, or if you use it and then it goes into your deck and then comes back out of your deck, then it has more damage. So anything that is growing damage so that when you get to, the third boss, you can do some major uh, damage by having something that is, really, really powerful that you've been able to use and grow and get it where, you can one kill people is the goal. So that I'm very much on anything that is growing. The boomerang, some of the swords that grow by drawing cards, or the sword where you get life back.
It's Boomerang. So with Boomerang, once you get it equipped, it gains +1 attack after it's destroyed. But there's a trick. So it doesn't matter what destroys it, whether you destroy it, the enemy destroys it, or whatever happens, it just gets +1 attack. And it keeps going up. And it stays in your hand. And you can augment it. And you can get ridiculous with it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And in this round, I think, Aaron, you win this round. The monster I dislike the absolute most is the porcupine.
So my runner-up was Porcupine for certain reasons, and I do want to talk in detail about that. But mine is going to be a boss, and I think it's Cerberus.
For round two, what do you think? You or me? Who
Draw,
won that?
draw.
Draw. Round three, Midtown. All right, round three. We're going to talk about the coolest part of Conjury is deck building. And this time, Aaron, you're going to go first. Tell us what kind of decks you like to build briefly, and
Yeah,
then we'll get into why and what you put in it.
yeah. I mean, I very much go with a flow of what am I getting early on, and then try to accept and reject cards to just support that. So again, if I'm getting boomerang cards, well, I'm going to get things that are going to add damage. Do that one where you can take it out of your equipment and reduce it by 1 mana point. I'm probably going to stay away from durability because I want the weapon to break quickly so that it grows quickly. So I wouldn't really have a durability card in my deck if I'm going with a boomerang shield type of build per se. Um, so and if it's one of those ones where every time you draw a card it grows, then I'm going to try to pick cards that by playing this card I draw 3 more cards, or I draw 2 more cards, so that I'm constantly drawing cards and really ramping up the results on that weapon. So it's very fluid for me to go in my deck build, to just kind of go with what is supporting, particularly around the weapons that I am trying to use throughout the battle and throughout all the levels. So that's kind of my strategy. I'm always looking for things that give me extra mana. Either a banana that gives me two. Play this card, get 2 more mana for the round, or just
Oh
increase
yeah,
from 3 to 4 to 5 mana per round. I'm always looking for things that do that, whether from the shop or through some sort of card situation.
Okay, so my build, okay, I've got a couple, but I'm gonna throw just one out there for you folks who are just listening here. So my favorite build, other than Aaron's weapon build, is the sleepy time build. Yeah, it's just you just go to sleep and then you put a bunch of cards that function when you're asleep and that do just ridiculous amounts of damage. So that is round 3. What do you think, Aaron or
Excellent.
Mike? What do you think? Ty, was it another
But,
draw or we call it Mike? I think it's Mike.
well, I'm gonna give it to Mike because you mentioned the sleepy time thing. I have not.
But yeah, that is it. Round 1, weapons. Aaron won with the awesome boomerang combo. Round 2, we tied talking about the most miserable, annoying boss and monsters of all time. I think Aaron hit it on the nose. Cyrix is super annoying. We throw a couple of tips in there for you, so go rewind if you need to. Rewatch the video 20,000 times in a row. And then the third round, I think Mike won with the cool sleepy time, sleepy, easy grind deck. But this is Conjury. The developer's name is Dean Coulter. Dean, this man here would love to interview you. Aaron, go ahead and tell people where they can find you and where Dean Coulter, the developer, the awesome maestro, can find you.
Yeah, so 3 main places. First, I have a Facebook group called Mobile Accessible Games. It's on Facebook. Search Mobile Accessible Games. We put out reviews of games every Sunday that are accessible for blind and visually impaired people on the iPhone. There's over 163 games that have been reviewed there so far, so there's a game for everybody.
Including Conjury.
No, Conjury is not up yet. That's coming in a couple weeks. The review.
Okay. Okay.
So that's coming. And then I have a YouTube channel, which is just under my name, Aaron Spelker, and that does interviews with game developers and accessibility content creators and accessibility advocates all around gaming. You can see me on Twitter under Mobile Accessible Games, where it's kind of more like accessibility gaming news. I do a lot of retweeting of what other people are saying around accessibility gaming. And then finally, you can go to pocketgamer.com, Aaron Spelker, and read articles that I've written for pocketgamer.com about mobile accessible gaming. So those are the places you can find me.
Man, and those are great places to find you. So that's going to wrap it up for us today, folks. I want to thank Aaron so much. Aaron, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Man, we'll come back and do some more chatting, Conjury in this format. We had a lot of fun. We'll definitely do this. And if you want to hear the long version of this interview / chatting, go ahead and swing by Game Double Tap. Aaron, any last thoughts before we chirp out?
Download Conjury and go review it on the App Store.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, thank you, Aaron, so much. All right, folks, that's it. Thank you very much. Love yourself, each other. Always be kind. Thank you, Aaron. And we'll hear you all next time.